Satnam, good morning. This is yoga for McCallum Place for the morning yoga. So thank you to whoever is helping to supervise this. We all appreciate you. And let's go ahead and get started. We'll come sitting back in our easy pose, with hands either in Gyan Mudra with the thumb and index finger touching back of the wrist to the knees, or with palms open facing up to the ceiling. And I invite everyone to close their eyes. And if you are not comfortable closing your eyes, finding a still point on the floor or the wall in front of you. And I'm recording this right around our spring equinox, all the celebration of spring and the earth. So we are going to take a moment before we tune in by chanting Om. We're going to take a moment to connect to the earth. Noticing all the places where your physical body connects to the ground beneath you. Just really allowing yourself to be supported by the earth. And bringing hands to the heart. Elongating up through the top of the head and rolling shoulder blades down the spine, away from the ears. And feeling that line of connection from your tailbone all the way up your spine to that space, that higher consciousness, that energy above you, just feeling that line of connection. And reminding yourself that you are here now on this earth at this time, and you belong. You belong right here, right now. And with eyes closed, let's begin to focus up at that third eye, the spot between the brow, just above the brow line, and we'll open our practice chanting Om. We'll chant that 3 times. Inhale and exhale, and inhale to chant Keeping hands together, let's raise arms up overhead, imagining that space between your arms filling with this beautiful light. And as you release your hands, imagine drawing that light around you, kind of like a protective sphere to guide you through your practice today. And let's bring hands back to the knees, and we'll start our Sufi grinds. And I'm going to put a little bit of music on. All right. So hands are resting on the knees and we're inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back. Continuing to elongate up through the top of the head. Keeping chin up, faces forward. And again, inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back as we draw these circles with the torso around the hips. Just starting to wake up those lower chakras, starting to wake up the lower energy of the body, moving that up the spine. Just a nice gentle movement to start to wake up our bodies. One more time in this direction. Let's inhale to center. Imagine pulling that breath all the way up your spine. And exhale, release. Continue that same movement in the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding back. Just drawing those circles with the torso around the hips. And noticing all the subtle movements. The movement within the movement as you draw these circles. All right, very nice. One more time. Let's inhale up to center. Pull that breath up your spine. And exhale, release. Very nice. Let's go ahead and shake out our legs. And we're going to come on up into tabletop and start into cat-cow. And if this is a new movement for you, well, if it's not new for you, you can go ahead and start your cat-cow. If it's new for you, hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. I'm going to change my angle here so you can see what I'm doing. And toes are either flat on the mat or tucked under your feet. And we're inhaling the tailbone up towards the ceiling, dropping the back as we lift the chin. Exhale, rounding the tailbone towards the belly button, arching the back, bringing the chin to the heart. And continuing that movement. And again, we're just moving that energy up the spine. So if you start to feel like you have a little more movement available, your spine's feeling a little more awake, you can always pick up the pace. But remember to lead this movement with the tailbone. And remember to breathe. Inhaling as you breathe, bring that tailbone up and all the way up your spine, and then exhale, squeezing all that old air out. So inhaling with that expansion and exhaling as you contract. All right, one more time. Let's go ahead and meet in cow with that tailbone reaching up and the belly reaching for the floor. Chin is up, faces forward. Inhale. And exhale, round that tailbone, squeezing all the old air out as you arch the back, bringing the chin to the heart. And Inhale back into that neutral tabletop. We're going to come sitting back on our heels, coming into child's pose, reaching the arms along the floor above the head as you bring your forehead to the mat. Here in child's pose, let's do a little bit of a shoulder opener. We're going to keep our forehead on the mat as we bring the left arm up and thread it under the torso to the right. And you can wiggle those fingers, circle the wrists, just releasing any pressure that may have been built up during cat-cow. Inhale, coming to stillness and returning that left arm back to the mat. We'll do that same thing on the right side. Bringing the right arm up and threading it under the torso, reaching out to the left as you return that forehead back to the mat. And again, wiggling fingers, circling the wrist, just releasing any pressure that may have been built up during cat-cow. Returning that right arm back to the mat, we're going to look forward to that space between the thumbs and creating a Venus lock with our hands in front of us, like a little basket with our hands. Moving forward as we tuck the top of the head into that basket. Bringing the knees closer together. We're going to inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling as we support our shoulders over our elbows. Inhaling that right leg up and then exhaling it back down to meet the left. Let's do that same thing on the opposite side. Inhaling that left leg up.
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced AI capabilities. More customization, more time.
Sounds like an ad just came onto my YouTube. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhale down. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhaling the right leg up. Let's go ahead and hold it here. Just taking a few long, deep breaths as we stretch up through that right big toe. And exhale down. Inhale that left leg up, and again, some nice deep inhale here as we stretch up through that left big toe. Inhale, and exhale down. Very nice. And coming back into child's pose, sitting back on your heels once more. Spreading those arms along the floor above your head, looking forward once more at that space between your arms. Moving back into the frame, and we're going to move forward, straightening those legs behind us, coming into Cobra, rolling the shoulder blades away from the ears. All right, those fingertips are facing forward. Our hips are reaching for the floor. Shoulder blades rolled away from the ears, chin is up, face is forward. Inhale, we're gonna look over that left shoulder. And exhale, looking over the right. And continue that movement. Inhaling, looking over the left. Exhale, looking over the right. I'm gonna put my music back on because I think the ad is done, hopefully. Continuing in once more, inhaling to the left, exhale to the right. And from here, we're going to come into our tabletop, that neutral tabletops. Splaying our fingers, gripping the mat with each fingertip. And we're going to tuck our toes under our feet as we push our hips up towards the ceiling, coming into down dog. Go ahead and pedal your heels here, bringing one knee down to the mat and then the other. Very nice. Coming to stillness. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back to our feet so we're coming into a full forward bend. So gravity's doing most of the work here as our torso falls forward towards the center of the earth. The hips are reaching up for the ceiling. Let's go ahead and sit on down into that chair as we lift up with the arms into our chair pose. Inhaling up and exhale, release. Very nice. Okay, so now we're standing. Let's go ahead, shake it out a little bit. Shake out the arms, the hips, the legs. And we're gonna come into a wide-legged stance. Enough to where you can squat down if you're comfortable with that. And we want our toes to be pointing forward in the same direction as our heart. We're going to bring hands to the heart center in prayer mudra, bending at the knees and squatting down. Shoulders pulled away from the ears. We're still elongating up through the top of the head. And if you like, you can release your hands, bringing them down to the floor or just wherever they hang comfortably. And we're going to straighten out the legs. And again, allowing that torso just to hang loose. So we're reaching up for the ceiling in this wide-legged stance, reaching up with the hips, torso's hanging loose. And the arms are either resting on the ground in front of you or the legs, wherever you're comfortable having your arms. And if your hands are on the floor in front of you, begin walking them out to just inside your feet. And then we're going to come sitting down once more. Coming back up into that goddess. Okay, so releasing your hands, bringing them back into prayer mudra. Straightening out those legs once more. We're going to reach up, slight back bend as we reach up through the fingertips. Inhale and exhale, releasing the arms once more back down to the ground. We're going to keep this right hand on the mat in front of us as we reach up through the left arm. Turning so that we're looking up past those left fingertips. Inhale. And exhale back down to the ground with that left hand to meet the right. And then we'll do that same thing with the right hand. Finding our balance with that left hand as we reach up with the right, turning so that we're looking up past, past the right hand, past those right fingertips. Inhale and exhale back down to the ground. Let's go ahead and heel toe the feet back together, back into that full forward bend. And we're going to come sitting back on our heels into rock pose. Coming from rock pose, stacking above our knees, coming into camel. Rolling the shoulder blades away from the ears. We're going to bring this right hand up, resting it either on the lower back or that right heel. Bringing the left arm up and resting it either on the lower back with the right hand or on that left heel coming into camel. Pushing the heart up towards the ceiling. Whoop, there goes my head. Yes. Releasing that right hand, cupping the back of the neck as we roll ourselves back up into camel and then come laying down into Shavasana, just a very short Shavasana. So come laying down on your backs. There we go. Turning palms over to face up to the ceiling. Allowing your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Just giving yourself this time to rest. We do need to wrap up our practice, as this is the morning yoga, so only half an hour. So let's go ahead and start to wiggle fingers and toes and circling ankles and wrists. And we'll bring this right leg up to 90, wrapping hands around the back of the right leg as we reach up through that right heel. And then guiding that right leg over to the left side. Trying not to kick sexy Rexies enclosure. We're gonna come into this cat stretch, keeping the right shoulder on the mat, If you are able to reach out this right leg, go ahead and do so. But I don't want to kick Sexy Rexy's enclosure, so I'm going to keep my leg bent. And then we're going to bring that right leg back up to 90 and guide it gently back down to the mat. And then we'll do that same thing on the opposite side, bringing the left leg up, stretching up through that left heel before guiding it over to the right side. Keeping that left shoulder on the mat. Should come into a nice cat stretch. And let's return that left leg back to 90. We'll bring the right leg to meet the left, bringing both the knees towards the heart as we reach through the legs, wrapping hands around the outside, tops of the feet, are around the big toe, and pulling the feet apart and a happy baby. Scooch back. So the knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, the soles of the feet facing up to the ceiling, and we begin rocking from left to right. Imagining this beautiful smile stretching from left to right. One more time to each side. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees together, reaching both legs up and back to the heart. Let's wrap hands on the outside of the legs, bringing the forehead to the knees, and begin rocking back and forth on the spine. Rolling ourselves all the way up and over, back into seated. And perfect. We have just enough time to wrap up our practice with a nice meditation using segmented breathing. So we'll breathe in we'll do one inhale that is segmented into 4 parts. So inhale, exhale, completely letting go. And if you would like, you can bring hands into Gyan Mudra or any mudra. We got Surya Mudra, Surya, Bodhi, any hand position that feels good for you. Or you can bring hands to the heart. We'll inhale, and hold that breath in, and then exhale, release. Inhale, hold, and exhale, release. One more time, inhale, hold, exhale, release. Keeping your hands right at your heart, or if your hands are in a different mudra, bringing them to your heart center. And just taking this moment to thank yourself, thank your guiding spirit, your higher power, for guiding you one more step on this journey of recovery. And we'll close our practice with Sat Nam, which means I am truth. Inhale and exhale, and inhale to chant. Sat Nam. peace to all, light to all, and love to all of you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Sat Nam. Oh, and if you guys want to say bye to Sexy Rexy, here he is. Say hi, Sexy Rexy. All right. Have a beautiful day.